Bum 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 ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-bum bum bum ba-dum. Oh, what's up, demons and demonettes? Tis I, Traxy Demon Queen, and today the latest calendar for AFK dropped. So we're gonna be talking about that. But before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. Alrighty, let's kick things off. We're just gonna kind of go down in order, and we'll talk about each thing. So at the end of the month, we have the end of Gerda here, right? Or I guess technically at the beginning of the month, but at the end of March, we have the end of Gerda's banner. And she's by far probably the worst banner to date. I'd say at least compared to Hodgkin. Hodgkin had use in a Ravaged Realm. He was a meta there. Soren at least gets some use in PvP. So banner-wise, yeah, she's pretty bad. The only use I really found for her was in Arena at a low level on my VN account, where my almost isn't Mythic Plus yet, but my Aaron is. And well, you can use Aaron to vacuum everybody up, and then Gerda can leap in. That kind of works out a little bit there, but on the higher end of things, once we get almost right, we'll drop Gerda out, and she won't get any use. Alright, we have a mystery banner here at the end of the month. My guess is Shamira, and that's probably who we're going to go big for. But we'll have to wait and see. The next banner we are getting is at the beginning of the month. It's going to be Faramore. Now, I do have a VN account. So what I'll do is I will pull an early copy or two of Faramore there. We'll do some playtesting, and I'll try to get a video out this time. I did the same thing for Gerda, but Gerda was just so bad, I didn't want to put a video out, because I wanted to make sure I was doing her justice, and that we weren't missing something by ascending her to a Supreme Plus and building up her EX weapon, but we really didn't miss much. So even just off the one copy, we could already tell she was bad. Things didn't get much better at higher ascension. So we're gonna do the same thing for Faramore. We'll take a sneak peek and early look at him, and then we'll do that for all of the banner heroes kind of going forward. So Faramore, I do have some hopes for. We'll see how he plays up. I also think he could be a dud this season as well, just because of his ability to convert damage to true damage. Again, that falls off in a Dream Realm. True damage falls off pretty quickly. It was king for about a week, and then once we had the Rezo level, Harok took over, and we haven't gone back since. Alright, so then here it looks like we get Athalia. I think that's how we say her name. She'll be the next Celestial Hypogean, which is the third one. It looks like we're getting an event similar to that we had with Cryonia, where we will get some Stargazers and some yellows along with that. No free copy, sadly. So we'll have enough to pull her to at least S+ on global once she drops there. So we'll do some testing. I'm just reluctant to build Paragon levels on Celestial Hypogeans at this time, just kind of seeing how Cryonia being built to P4 just kind of flopped, in my opinion, in Arena. Supreme Arena, she's doing okay, but regular Arena, nothing has changed, and I don't think anything would change for me, even if I got her to Paragon 4 in Supreme Arena. So I don't feel the sense of urgency to Paragon for her, but we may pull her, we'll pull her to S+, test out her abilities, and then we'll kind of go from there. It could be that she just ends up being primarily a Dream Realm hero, or push hero, or something weird. We don't know. My guess is she's going to be PvP, because most of the stuff they put out is PvP hero related, which is kind of bad in my opinion, because then she's going to immediately be subject to the meta and how things work there, and she may just not be usable. So we're gonna wait and see. Again, we're just gonna pull to S+ and go from there. We have Honored One. It just says vote for your favorite heroes. I'm gonna guess this is some kind of event. We vote, and then we get rewards. Alright, then we have a Delightful Wonders. My guess is this is a passive event where we just kind of do things and get rewards. Hero drills are making a comeback. We haven't seen these in a while, but this is basically you do the hero-based stages or whatever. kind of like a tactics drill, but for specific heroes, and then you get the rewards, the best being obviously these yellow here, and blue if you are on free-to-play, which is nice, something I'll enjoy on the VN side of things. Alright, we have the Relentless Rumble is finally coming back. I feel like it's been forever since we had the last one. I really like this event. It's kind of like just like Horde mode. We just kind of come up with the best squads and try to kill as many enemies as possible. We have Voyage of Wonders. I'm guessing this is one of the new game modes that they talked about earlier in the season. So we'll see how this works out. We definitely could use a new game mode at this time. We're kind of struggling for content. There's not a lot going on, right? We just have the Premo Lord and the daily stuff. We have the Sunrise Serenade. Not sure what this is. Maybe this is one of like a festival type event. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see. It looks like we get Stellars, so it definitely should be a nice event, especially since it looks like we're getting this and this at the same time. So getting Stellars here to pull for a new Celestial Hypogean or the Twins, if you need to, is going to be nice. Then we have the Heroic Gauntlet, so you can see we're finishing that up round 4, and then we're gonna get 5 and 6. This is one of those events that I feel like just goes on too long, right? We have this is week 1, this is week 2, this is maybe 3 fights, and this is maybe 2 to 3 fights depending on what comps you can sport to beat it. They have been getting more difficult, which is fine. I just feel like these should be condensed down to 1 week, and maybe we could get a few more of them. I think that would be a nice trade-off, right? They just condense it. Maybe we have 1 week on, 1 week off. Maybe it's just a new one every week. And then it looks like Clash Fronts is coming back, so it looks like we'll get like a week off here in between matches, which is nice. So or games, I should say. So we'll have about a week off. And then we'll jump into game 2. I really do like the end rewards here. They are very nice, right? So if we go to our main account, right, and we go in here, and we go ahead and we go to Clash Fronts, and we do peep these rewards. I think these rewards are very nice, and you don't have to place very high to get the 10 Stellars and the 25 yellows. Like, look, right, the only thing you're really getting by placing higher is more reds and a better trophy. The Dustin XP doesn't really matter. I think at this point, it's really, we want these core rewards here, this being the Stellars, yellows. If it gave more yellows, that'd be nice as well. I do feel like these could be buffed a little bit reward-wise. We do have to put a lot of time and effort into Clash Fronts, especially to compete at a high level and get that exalted. I don't know, I just feel like even just all around the rewards could be a little bit better for the time sink we do put into it, but we do get those Stellars, which is nice. So I shouldn't complain too much. Plus, we do get a ton of guild medallions, which we can then turn into Celestial Hypogeans as well, which is, again, very nice, especially when we have 3 of them in the same season, right? So one thing I noticed that's not on here is Crystal Clash. This is my personal favorite event because of 2 things. One, it lets you get out in the world and interact with the world map. It is currently the only event that does that because they kind of took away fishing as an event. Fishing just kind of got lumped in with Lucky Flip. So we don't really have anything that gets us out and about in the world, which is kind of sad because I really do enjoy the maps that they do create. Getting out and exploring is fun. Maybe if they could reuse maps some way too, that'd be nice. But yeah, so I'm just gonna miss that. The other reason is, again, because you need a large roster of heroes, and if you have all the heroes and you have them built up, it's the only place where you can really utilize a large percentage of your roster, right? We're talking anywhere from 36 to 40 heroes being used in the game mode. If you're like at the whale end of things and you're trying to 1-6 every node you hit, you're definitely going to need those. And then it's nice because then you get to go up against weird comps you may not normally see, especially if you're hitting other big accounts too. But I could see that as being fatigued out by smaller accounts, which are trying to just always getting farmed by the big whales, and they can't really like hold on to their nodes. It has its issues. It doesn't help that there's like less people going around and you have smaller districts. So if you do go for that higher value node, you are probably going to get hit by a bigger account just by the fact that, hey, I got a 1600 node, which translates to 810, which is the highest on the map. And if there aren't that many around, obviously somebody that's trying to win the event, that's going for first place, that has that big whale account, is going to hit you. Maybe someone wants to help out their whale friend, and they're like, hey, I can get an easy 810 off this, and I can get the bonuses, so I can turn that into like 1200 something, or whatever. So they get their whale friend to come in and hit your node, and you're done, right? So it's very frustrating, I think, from the defender side of things. So it definitely needs some work, but I'm a little sad to see it go, just again because it's the only mode that gets us out in the world. But hopefully they'll fix it and it'll come back soon, or maybe they'll change their minds and we'll get one later in the month. That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe they could condense it down to just like a week and not 10 days, and just kind of like readjust the points based on that condension of the event. Anyway, those are my plans for the coming month. So if you want to catch me pulling for the heroes live, we're gonna pull for them a few days early on the VN server, and then usually reset is at the night before for me, so 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so like 4-3, I'll be pulling for him on the evening of 4-2. And this is if we don't get a patch. My guess is that we are getting the patch here with the new game mode, but we'll have to wait and see there. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!